Your son drew this in therapy today, the counselor said. It was our house, with 5 people inside. We're a family of 4. My wife Sarah grabbed my hand under the table as we stared at the paper. The drawing was crude like any 6-year-old's work, but the details were unmistakable. Our blue front door, the big tree in the yard, the window boxes Sarah planted last spring, and inside the house, 5 stick figures. 2 tall ones, 2 small ones, and 1 more standing in the corner of what looked like the living room. We asked Ethan who everyone was, the counselor continued. He identified you, your wife, himself, and his little sister. When we asked about the 5th person, he stopped talking completely, shut down for the rest of the session. Sarah's voice was barely a whisper. Is someone getting into our house? The counselor said she couldn't speculate, just wanted us to be aware. Recommended we talk to Ethan gently, see if he would open up at home. He wouldn't. Every time we brought up the drawing, Ethan changed the subject or left the room. He wasn't scared exactly, more like he was protecting something, keeping a secret he promised to keep. That made it worse. Sarah couldn't sleep. She checked the locks 3 times before bed every night, made me look in closets and under beds like we were hunting for monsters. I told myself it was probably imaginary. Kids that age have active minds. Maybe he invented a friend to cope with whatever was causing his anxiety, but I couldn't shake the feeling that we were missing something obvious. I installed cameras the following week, small ones, pointed at the doors. Told Sarah it was for package theft. Told myself the same thing. 3 days later, I sat at my work desk and pulled up the footage from that morning. Sarah left at 8 with both kids. The house sat empty. At 9:15, a car pulled into the driveway. A woman got out. She was older, maybe late 60s, moving slowly like her joints hurt. She walked to the front door, took out a key, and let herself in. I watched her disappear inside my house and I couldn't breathe because I knew exactly who she was. My mother and I hadn't spoken in 8 years. She made her choice during my parents' divorce when I was 19. My father was a cruel man, not physically violent, but something worse. Constant criticism, manipulation, mind games that made you question your own sanity. When my mother finally filed for divorce, I thought she was free. Thought we both were. Then she dropped the case, exposed our family's situation to the courts, and then just went back to him. Said she'd made a mistake. They stayed married another 6 years until he died of a heart attack. I told her at his funeral that I was done, that she chose him over me, that watching her go back to that house after everything she knew, everything she'd admitted in those court documents, broke something in me that couldn't be fixed. She didn't argue, didn't explain, just nodded and let me walk away. I moved across the state and never gave her my new address, but she found it, and she had a key to my house, and she'd been visiting my son. I drove home and waited. She showed up at 9:15 exactly, parking in the same spot. I opened the door before she could use her key. The look on her face when she saw me wasn't surprise. It was resignation, like she'd been waiting 8 years for this moment. How long? I said. She didn't pretend to misunderstand. Since he was 2. I hired someone to find your address. Made a copy of the key from Sarah's spare when she left it in her car at the grocery store. I only come when you're all at work. I just sit with him, read to him. I leave before anyone gets home. My hands were shaking. You've been sneaking into my house for 4 years, seeing my son behind my back, and you don't think that's insane? I think it's the only way I get to know my grandson. We stood there in the doorway, 8 years of silence between us. Then she said something that changed everything. I need to tell you why I went back to your father. You're old enough now. You have children. You deserve the truth. She told me what she never could before. During the divorce proceedings, my father hired a private investigator, fabricated evidence that she was unstable and unfit, had documentation ready to file for full custody of me. He told her privately that if she didn't drop the case, he would destroy her in court and take me away completely. She would never see me again. His lawyer had a judge in his pocket. The evidence was convincing. She believed him because she'd watched him destroy people before, so she went back, exposed herself publicly, and then retreated so that I could stay in my school, keep my friends, have her in my life at least partially. She took 6 more years of marriage to that man, so I wouldn't lose her entirely. I thought you would hate me less if you thought I was weak, she said quietly. If you thought I just couldn't leave him. I didn't want you knowing your father threatened to take you away from me, that he used you as a weapon. You were 19. You were finally free of him. I wanted you to stay free. I thought about Ethan's drawing. 5 people in the house. The grandmother he never mentioned because she asked him not to. The woman who couldn't stay away even when I told her to. I didn't say anything for a long time. Then I stepped aside and let her in. She's at every Sunday dinner now. Ethan calls her grandma like it's the most natural thing in the world. Sarah says she always knew someone was watching over us. The cameras stay up, but I don't check them anymore. Some visitors you don't need to